Hey, this is Hello Rodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. You know, I'll say that I make my videos for myself, and I do. But it's nice that there are some people out there that like my videos, even the long ones. That's good. I appreciate that. Well, I got a little bit of good news. I was going to say I'm getting fat, but that's not good news. Um, the woman that flaked out is going to be here on Monday. So I think that's going to be good. She just called. Do you want me to come over now whenever these people come over? Because she's got horses. And so people are going to come over and borrow some of her horse fence things. So anyway. Oh, I want to show you this. The freaking crows, man. They get themselves into some problems. See that crow right there? The little birds, man, they go and hassle them because I think the crows get too close to their nest or something. Oh, here comes the little one back again. I don't know if the little one's, he's off to another crow attack. Oh yeah, there it is. See, there's a crow right there. There's 3 of them. Yeah, they're trying to get that son of a gun. Yeah, boink. It was cool to see that one drove that one off, and then he made a freaking beeline by me, and then they going to get the other one. That was good. That was good to see. Because I'm like that. The other day, you know, out here in the country, there's crickets. Creak, 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 creak. You know, crickets are fine if they're outside, but when a cricket's indoors, son of a man, that just drives me absolutely crazy. So, last night, or yesterday, was it last night, I guess? I heard this cricket. I thought, oh shit, I got a cricket in the house. Because I killed a couple of crickets inside. I don't know why they weren't making noise, but... So, this is about me being like those little birds. Because I'm a Leo, you know, I'm always on the lookout, you know. So, yeah, whatever. So, I'm sitting here and thinking there's a freaking cricket here somewhere. And it's almost impossible to find a cricket if you want to find a cricket. So I looked down and there's this, it was kind of dark, you know. I thought, oh, that's a cricket. Boom, when my foot went over, bam, I missed a cricket. I jumped up, ran into my studio, and grabbed a can of WD-40. You know, with a spray can, with a big long thing, shoots out a stream. I came back, because the cricket went under my chair. I came back and I was searching everywhere for that son of a gun, and then he made his move. And then Zappo, it took me 2 or 3 times before I finally zapped him, and he was like covered with WD-40, and there was no way he was going to make it out of that. But there was especially no way he was going to make it out of it when I hit him with some tin foil and squashed him. Let me see if I got the evidence of that altercation right here. Yeah, there you go. There's a cricket right there. I was not happy about the cricket. But I tracked that son of a gun down, man. Just like those little birds, man. They said, holy shit, you know, they jumped on it right away. But it was really great to see that one bird because usually, well, I'm going to say usually because I'm not a crow expert. But that one was attacking it, and it was fairly close still, and then he broke off the attack, and they made a beeline past, and they looked over, and then he went up because there was 2 of his buddies were attacking this other one. So, and that one zoomed up there, man. It was pretty nice to see that. It was good to see that. Oh, I'll tell you the story. This is a good story. And it's about how animals have cultures. Like a culture is like, say for example, the crows out here. You can see a crow out here, and it'll be there's a crow out there probably doing it right now, but I can't. My camera won't reach out there that far. But they walk around, and they're these cow patties, these cow droppings, whatever, cow shits, what they are. And these crows, when they get sort of like solidified, they go around and they put their beak underneath it and flip it over. And when they flip it over, then there's like worms or there's some sort of insect or something under there, you know. And then the little birds. Now, so I noticed also that the little birds will be following them. I don't know if the little birds are following them to hassle them, but like I think they're also there to sort of like pick up any remains of something that might be under those cow patties because they're too small to do that. But that would be an evidence of a culture for a crow. Like say you got your Los Angeles crows come out with their sunglasses and their, you know, high-heeled, you know, boots and crap. They wouldn't know the first thing about that. But the crows out here, you know, they have a culture because they adapt to their own environment. So these, this is a story about who would win a fight between a killer whale and a great white shark. Okay, so there's this guy who's doing research on sharks. Little lemon sharks or something. They were like small sharks. I don't know if they were babies or full grown, but they were small sharks about that big. And he would go and he would capture it. It would be enclosed, and he would capture it, and then he would take it and flip it upside down on the shark's back, and then the shark would just like, doze out, you know, whoop, go out, you know, because from what they believe that the shark's brain gets flooded with dopamine or some kind of something or other like sleepy time juice or something like that inside the brain, and it puts them to sleep. So that was cool to find that out. So there were these guys who were doing this research on, or girls, whoever, somebody's doing research on these great whites, not great whites, orcas, which are killer whales, you know, the black and white ones. And they found that they have a culture, and then these different pods all over the world have different cultures depending on their environment. And that these particular type of pod, might have been in Australia or someplace, I don't know, New Zealand, I don't know where they were. And what they would do is they would go down, and these stingrays are really, stingray's the one that killed that diver guy. Remember that guy who always used to do stuff like that? So they got these big long barbs, and oh man, that would hurt. That would probably kill a giant killer whale, whatever. But what they discovered is that they would go down, and these stingrays would be hiding out in the rocks, and that they would go down and blow bubbles and scare the stingrays out. And then, but the whales, if that's like the fin, right, the top, they're upside like that, the fin, they would go upside down, and then the stingray would come out, and then they would bite the stingray, and then flip upside down like that, and that would invert the stingray and put the sleeper hold on the stingray like the little lemon shark, because they just get all this, you know, sleepy time juice in their brain, and they just not get knocked out, so they're not striking them with the big tail and all that. It just puts them to sleep, and then I guess they get put to sleep, and then they get chomped right then. So there's this other pod, which is part of the Los Angeles pod, there's an island off the coast of San Francisco, this string of islands, uninhabited, just rocky outcroppings, and that's where the sea lions go at this particular time of year. So all of these great white sharks go there because it's a big giant buffet. Okay? So there's some people, and they have people that rent on these boats. They go out to observe this, you know, because it's quite an interesting thing to have all these great white sharks, chomping on all the seals out there. It's a big deal. So they very rarely see, and this one person who was doing the research, I think they'd only seen these orcas show up like on 2 separate occasions. So it's very, very rare that an orca goes to this area during this time period. And I think orcas like to eat seals too. So anyway, there's a female with a calf. But then the person that had been tracking the orcas knew this particular orca and knew that orca did not have a calf. So they don't know how that happened. So all of a sudden there's an altercation, some sort of an altercation between the orca and the great white. And they think what happened, because they had pictures of this orca, that the nose of the orca was like knocked all the skin off of the nose of this orca. So they think what happened is the orca flew into the side of this shark and basically knocked the shark out, and then inverted itself, grabbed the shark by the neck, flipped it upside down, and took it to the surface. Because the orcas, they have to breathe, right? I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they did it. So the orca has got this great white shark by the neck upside down, putting the sleeper hold on this great white shark. And then when the shark, for 15 minutes, and then when the great white shark, and you can Google that and find more information on it. Google orca versus great white sharks, San Francisco or something like that. They got some stuff on that. And then after the shark was just totally out, they ate the liver. And I thought that was really interesting. That's the first time anybody had ever witnessed that. So that's who would win in a fight like that. Now, it would be a different story if it was if the great white was attacking the orcas before they maybe as a surprise attack or something like that. But these orcas are much smarter. Now, there was also another thing. This guy had been doing research. I shouldn't say person. This person was doing research on shark repellents. Okay, I'm getting back to this other point. And the shark repellents that they came up with for sharks is the smell of their own dead. So they did this experiment where they had a bunch of chum out there and all the sharks were eating it, munching it and everything. And then they got some of this, like a canister of this shark death, and threw it out there. And when it hit, the sharks instantly fled. Immediately, that quickly, they fled. And then they also did an experiment on the little lemon shark that I told you about that was upside down. It was put the sleeper hold on it like that. They put this stuff in front of its nose while it was in a sleeping mode, and it woke up instantly and just took off. So they think that now there was about 200 sharks around this island, and scientists go there to study all these sharks. And as soon as that shark got killed, all of those sharks vanished. They were gone for the whole season. Usually there's a season. They go there and have a little buffet for as long as the seals last, for as long as the seals stay there, and then they all split. As soon as this one shark got chomped, they all left. And they didn't come back until the next year. Life is good.